Hi, welcome to the Section 9.2 Notes on Reflections. A reflection is a type of transformation in which the image is flipped across a line of reflection to create the image. So you can see an example of that here on the screen, and you can see the dotted line R is the line of reflection. You can see the original pre-image is the ABC, and then you can see that the image, the new figure, is the A prime, B prime, C prime. And you can see that if you folded your sheet of paper along that line of reflection R, then those two figures would match up exactly. And that's a sign that that is a reflection. So to the left of that, it says the pre-image and image are equidistant. That is just a fancy word that means, I'm sure you can guess, equal distance. And it says the pre-image and image are equidistant from the line of reflection, and the angle or side measurements are preserved. Okay, so again, the figure is staying the same shape, the figure is staying the same size, it is just moving to a new location, and it's getting flipped about that line of reflection. You can see to the right of the figure, it says the pre-image B and its image B prime are equidistant from the line of reflection. And remember, we've talked about previously, if we want to speak of a distance from something, it's always going to be that right angle distance. That's the only way we can make that distance consistent every time. We're talking about a distance from a point to a line. It's going to be the right angle distance. Okay, so moving right along. The notation here, if it has the capital R, that is the symbol, we're looking right here. That is the symbol for a reflection, is a capital R. There's another one we're going to do when we cover section 9.3 for a lowercase r, and that stands for rotation. So make sure you pay attention to that. The little subscript there that says y-axis is saying that we're doing a reflection across the y-axis. So whatever is there, sometimes it might say x is equal to 5 or y equals 2. That information, it might say x-axis, that is telling you what the line of reflection is. I thought this would be a good time to discuss lines of reflection and give you a chance to practice that a little bit. So if I go ahead and let's see, draw a graph here, a coordinate plane, then here is my x-axis. That is the horizontal. And here is my y-axis. That doesn't look very good, but there's my y-axis. And the equation of the line of the x-axis goes through the y-axis at the origin, which is 0. And so the equation of that line is y is equal to 0. Okay, it's going through the y-axis at 0, so that is the equation of the line. If we're referring to the y-axis, the actual equation of the line is x is equal to 0. Okay, because it is the y-axis goes through the x-axis at 0. So anytime you see a y is equal to a number, that's representing a horizontal line. And anytime you see an x is equal to something, that is representing a vertical line. And if it happens to be 0, we're talking about the x or y axis. If we come over here, then another coordinate plane, I'm going to go ahead and label it x and y. So if I refer to the line, let's see, y equals 3. On my coordinate plane, y equals 3 is the line that goes through the y-axis at 3. So the y-axis, 1, 2, 3, here's a point, And so going through the y-axis at 3 is going to be a horizontal line. Like we said a minute ago, anytime it says y equals to just a number, it is going to be a horizontal line. You know, if I say y is equal to -2, again, that means it's going through the y-axis at -2, and it's a horizontal line. One more I wanted to show you. I have another coordinate plane. This one in red. And I say the line x is equal to 2, then that is referring to the line that goes through the x-axis at 2. And that means that it is a vertical line. Okay, again, anytime a line goes through the x-axis, it is going to be a vertical line. You know, if I mentioned x is equal to -1, then that would be another vertical line going through the x-axis at -1. Okay, so that's going to come in handy for reflections. An example 1 here, try to make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so here, on example 1, it says graph the point P is equal to 3, 4. So you know how to graph a point. Remember, we've got our x direction and y direction. Sometimes that's helpful to write underneath the ordered pair. And so if I go in the x direction 3, so 3 to the right and then 4 up, then I get this particular point, and I'm going to label it capital P. All right, then it says it's reflected about the line y equals 1. So he just talks about that anytime it says y is equal to a number, it's going to go through the y-axis at that number. So it's going to end up being a horizontal line. And now if I want to reflect that point across that line, and that's what this notation is saying, capital R means reflection, y equals 1 is my line of reflection, and P is the thing that is getting reflected. So what I need to do is I need to see how far P is away from the blue line. And if I count, it's 1, 2, 3 away. So I just need to take it 3 on the other side. 1, 2, 3. So here's where my new P is. I'm going to label it P prime. And again, if you took your sheet of paper and folded it along the blue line, those two P's should match up exactly. The question down here at the bottom is saying, what is the coordinate of the reflection image? So we just need to name this ordered pair. And this ordered pair is the point 3, -2. And that answers that question. Okay, example 2 is very similar. You can pause the video and try this one on your own if you would like, and then check back to see if you got it right. That would be good practice for you. So what you should have done is plotted the point 3, 4. So same point we started with before, and I'll label that P. Here I'm reflecting it about the line x equals 2. So we talked about anytime it says x is equal to a number, it's referring to a vertical line that goes through the x-axis at 2. So there's my line of reflection. And so if I see how far P is away from the blue line, it's just 1 to the right. So I just need to take it 1 to the left, and I can label that P prime. And now if I name that new ordered pair, it is the point 1, 4. Okay. Again, if you fold the paper along the blue line, those 2 points will match up exactly. All right, we're moving right along. So on this next part, then it says each point is reflected across the line indicated. Find the coordinates of each image. So what it is asking for, when it asks for coordinates, sometimes people think it's talking about the letters, like answering A, B, C, that kind of thing. But a coordinate is an actual ordered pair, you know, that has an X and then a Y. So all of your answers need to be an ordered pair here. That's what we're looking for. There may happen to be a letter that ends up at that spot, but to answer the question, we're going to answer with coordinates. So you just need to, reflect each point across whatever line of reflection it's talking about and name where that new spot is. It might be helpful to do this in pencil because you're going to have different lines of reflection and different points. And, it might help to do one and then erase it and then do another. Again, you already know how to do it. It's the same thing we've just done. If you want to try this on your own, you can pause the video and then check back, or you can just do it with me now. So if you're going to do it with me, here we go, or you can check as we go. If we reflect A across the x-axis, then that is referring to, here's my line of reflection, the x-axis. Here's point A right here. And if I see how far A is away from my red line, it is 2 away. So if I take it 2 away on the other side, then it is right here. And so now I need to name that ordered pair. Always pay attention to where the origin is actually. Here's the origin. And so if I go right 2, down 2, that's how I get from the origin to my new red point here. So 2, -2 is my actual ordered pair. Okay, so I'm going to keep erasing it after each one so it doesn't get too messy in my picture. All right, on the next one, on number 4, it said reflect point B across the y-axis. So here's my line of reflection. And here's point B over here, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. So I need to go 4 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's my new B. And I need to name that ordered pair. And again, my origin is right here where I just put the star. So if I go left, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4, then it's left 4, up 4, so -4, 4. Okay. Get rid of that and try the next one. All right, so at number 5, it says reflect C across the line y equals 1. I know that anytime it says y equals a number, that it's going to be a horizontal line. So here is my line of reflection. Again, here is my origin, and I'm reflecting C. So I can see C is 1, 2, 3 away from the line of reflection, 3 below it. So I want to go 3 above, 1, 2, 3. And there's where my new C is. And if I want to name that order pair from the origin, then I'm going right 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right 2, up 4 is 2, 4. Okay, next one. Again, if you are doing it with me and you're feeling more comfortable with it now, you might want to try the next 3 on your own as practice. On number 6, it says reflect D across x is equal to -1. So I know x equals -1 is going to be a vertical line. It's going through the x-axis at -1. Here's our origin where the x and y-axis meet. D is right here, 1 to the left of the blue line. So I'm going to go 1 to the right of the blue line. There's my D prime. And if I want to name that order pair from the origin, I'm not going right or left at all. So the first number is 0, and I'm going up 2. So 0, 2. A couple more here. Okay. 7 is reflecting point E about the line y equals -1. Again, it goes through the y-axis at -1. So there is my line of reflection. Here is my origin where the x and y-axis cross. Here is point E. It is 1 below, so I need to go 1 above. There's my E prime. And now to name that ordered pair, I'm starting at the origin. And I'm going left 3, and then I'm not going up or down at all. So -3, 0. Okay, and then last but not least is Number 8, it's reflecting about the line x is equal to 2. So that's going through the x-axis at 2. Here is my origin. I'm reflecting point F, which is over here, and it is 3 to the left of the blue line. So if I go 3 to the right for my new F, I start at the origin. I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then down 3, 1, 2, 3. So 5, -3. And that covers that part. Okay, one more problem. And here we go. It says given points, and we see the ordered coordinates for M, N, and O. Graph triangle MNO and its reflection image across each line. Write the new ordered pairs. So first step is to go ahead and graph the original triangle. So the original triangle, M is at 3, 3. N is at 5, 2. And O is at 4, 4. Okay, I'm going to move that M so it's not right in the middle of my triangle. And so if I go ahead and connect my dots, there is my original triangle. Now, the first thing on number 9 is saying to reflect it about the line x equals 0. So again, the line x equals 0 goes through the x-axis at 0. So that is actually the y-axis. Okay, so I'm going to darken that line. And if I reflect the blue figure about the y-axis, then again, I'm going to take each point and go the same distance away from the blue line and take it to the left side. So O is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. And I'm going to use a different color here. Mini triangle. If I go 4 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's where my new O is. M is 1, 2, 3 away. So I'm going to go 3 over here. And N is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the other side. And then I can draw my new triangle. And then I need to name these ordered pairs. So I can see, oh, I was supposed to put primes on all these. I forgot. So the original pre-image is the regular O, N, and M. But now that I have my new image, I'm labeling it O prime, N prime, M prime. And now I'm going to name the ordered pairs for those. So O, for starting from the origin, is at -4, 4. M is at -3, 3. And N is at -5, 2. Okay. Now we need to reflect the original figure, the pre-image, about the next number 10, about the line y equals 3. Okay, so in this case, we're going back to the original blue figure. We're not doing anything with the red one for right now. But we do need a new line of reflection. And in this case, our line of reflection is y equals 3. So that is the line that is going through the y-axis at 3. Now we have a y-axis down here. Okay, so if I go back to this original blue figure and I reflect that blue figure about the purple line, the y equals 3 line of reflection, then M is already on the line of reflection, so it's just going to stay there, but I am going to label that point M double prime. O is 1 above the purple line, so I'm going to go 1 below, and I'm going to label it O double prime. And N is 1 below, so I'm going to take it 1 above and label it N double prime. And then I'm going to connect my new dots. And that's where my new O double prime, N double prime, and M double prime are. I need to name those ordered pairs here. I can see M double prime is still at 3, 3. I can see O double prime is at 4, 2. And I can see N double prime is at 5, 4. Okay, so then our last thing here is, I'm trying to get a different color. I'm going to just use red again. Okay, so this last one is, we can see down here about the line y equals 1. So I know the line y equals 1 is a horizontal line, again, going through the y-axis at 1. I'm again starting with the blue figure, the original pre-image, and reflecting that about the red line. And so I can see that M is 2 above, so I'm going to take it 2 below. So there's my M triple prime. My original blue O is 1, 2, 3 above, so I'm going to go 3 below. 1, 2, 3. And my N is 1 above, and I want to take it 1 below. And there's my N triple prime. And connect my new dots. And again, that's my new figure. If I take my paper and fold the paper about the red line, my blue and my red figure should match up exactly. I need to name those ordered pairs from the origin. I can see the N is at 5, 0. Oops, that doesn't look very good. Try again. Okay, I can see that M is at 3, -1. And I can see that my O is at 4, -2. All right, that covers it for section 9.2. Hopefully that helped, and let me know if you have any questions.